dark as hell, yo. Yo.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
no,
Bullet.
Doug, my dad took my studio, bro. He's also recording.
Come more forward.
So
Come more forward, Bullet. When you come forward, you look good. It's when you lean back.
no,
Yeah,
the problem is the light in the back. So I was
Oh,
getting
you don't
bad.
wanna
So
get-
I was trying to get that light out. That's why I'm not sure exactly where it should go.
I think you're good. As long as all of us are, let's all try have the same space above our heads and try have the same space behind.
Like
So you think this is you're right? This is better.
Yeah, you look better.
That's actually perfect.
It's natural.
Yeah, it just looks like there's stars there, like by the basketball team.
God damn it.
All right, guys. So I mean, we're already live, so I think it's always actually easier to kind of talk into the intro like this rather than that like countdown thing. It's kind of weird. All right, welcome to Nothing But Net. Leslie and Tata checking in. We've got our usual suspects: Chris Kinnicky, Victor Shakaniza, Bulalani Hintaluba, and Brian Tabadi.
What do you do?
bro.
What's up?
Breezy, I hear you got some personal feelings with Kyrie Irving, bro. I hear you got some personal feelings with Kyrie Irving. But I see you wearing a LeBron jersey. All I know is the last shot Kyrie Irving made kind of delivered something for that guy.
LeBron didn't put up 41. Kyrie was never getting that shot anyway, so LeBron did that.
Yeah,
Yo,
he said it, I didn't.
While we're on the topic, can I just say something? Did you hear what Perkins said? Listen to this. So Kendrick Perkins, and I actually want to quote him. He says, yo, if you take Kyrie's brain and you put it in a bird right now, that bird is flying backwards. What? What?
It's deep. It's deep.
Look,
And
man,
I
there's
think
some merit to what
Guys,
Kyrie
can Brian just make his point? Chris, bro, give him a chance.
Bro, I had to.
Wait,
There's some merit to what Kyrie said. It's tough being a LeBron James fan, knowing that he's number one to win it all, right? Knowing that it's he's the first player to win MVP with finals MVP with 3 different teams. But there's a lot going on in the world, man. Kyrie's right. I think it's a lot about context. There's a lot of things that are missing as far as if Kyrie just wants to Kyrie's he's a wild guy. If he just wants to boycott the league, or if he's right, if there's no league in the world that's so successful and it's predominantly black. And if those guys step back, it loses everything, and that'll send the clearest message.
Wow.
I think
I don't agree with that. At all. Like wholeheartedly. What? Okay.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Look. All I'm saying is let's set the scene. Let's set the scene of what's happening. So we've got Kyrie Irving saying the league should not start, and I mean we're gonna get into that.
Well, the players should not play.
Yeah, the players should not play, right? And I think there's a lot to get into there. And then we've got comments from what's that scrappy little dude from the Clippers?
Avery from the Clippers. Oh, Patrick Beverly.
We've got Patrick Beverly, who very shockingly, and I think we got to also delve into him and find out, was that sarcasm or not? He's saying if LeBron says we're playing, we must play, right? And then we've got, okay, fair,
true.
right? And we'll delve into it. And then we've got LeBron James, who's actually hasn't responded to any of this, and who's also the face of truly social, being I would call him a social athlete, an elite athlete that really, really stands for social issues, even when it's not highly publicized, even when it's quiet and there's nothing in the news. He opens a school, right? And he does certain things. So that's the scene we have. I don't understand Patrick Beverly's motives. I also don't think there's a beef between Kyrie Irving and LeBron James, but that's the scene that we have. And I think as we were about to delve into it, be easy, Bulla. Hit us up.
Okay, I'm gonna start off by being very transparent. I am LeBron James' biggest fan.
Oh my God! Duh.
In terms of basketball,
Bulla opening up the books.
I don't want to lie. I don't want to say that no, he's the LeBron fan only. Doesn't get. I'm a very big LeBron fan. That's the first thing. So in terms of LeBron James doesn't have to. LeBron doesn't have to respond to what Kyrie Irving said.
So wait, Bulla, you're a LeBron James fan, and are you a socially aware person also?
I really, really am. And I won't pretend to be educated in every issue. I think I can put his head and say is a liar. But what's happening now, I've been following it quite closely. Chris, you'll have your turn. So the thing with Kyrie Irving, right, is that like, first thing, the dude was very happy for the NBA to carry on until he couldn't go. When Adam Silver said, nah, sorry, bro, you're not going to come to watch because they're trying to keep as little people there as possible, obviously for the coronavirus situation. Then all of a sudden, he has an issue with people playing. That's ridiculous. Like, if you felt so strongly, don't feel strongly from the beginning. Don't feel strongly when you already aren't going to go. You, no matter what, because you aren't supposed to go anywhere, you're still going to get paid. And the only people that get affected by this are the players that are making less money and the ones who are still going to take the money they make from the NBA and funnel it back to the black community. So the only, I mean, like all the money, not all the money, but the NBA players put the money back that they make back into the community. So what you're saying is that they must not get paid. Then next season, when the CBA has to tear everything apart and have to renegotiate, they get less money to get back into the community. So who does that help? That's what I don't understand. I don't know who is going to help, except for pushing his own narrative because he can't go play, because he wasn't good enough this season. Simple.
If
I hate Kyrie Irving.
No, look, LeBron, I mean, Bula, same guy, not same guy. Sorry. I brought a whistle here today because, you know, I wanted everything to be fair. So
that's triggering. That's triggering.
So yeah, so here's my take on this. So look, just to give some background for those of you who don't know. So Kyrie Irving.
Nah, Chris, who doesn't know, bro? Why is this guy talking to us like we're not learned? This guy just spoke like we didn't study.
You rookies.
So
like we just started.
Yeah, like
go back on the bench and listen real quick. Let me school you boys, all right? They call me the coach. Baseline. So Kyrie Irving.
Don't blow that whistle.
Just make your point already, dude.
Kyrie Irving is actually the vice president of the NBA Players Association. He's on the executive committee, which means from the start of negotiation, he was part of it. The problem is, we all went to negotiation with him, Michelle Roberts, who's the head, as well as Chris Paul, who's the president. And we agreed with the NBA that we're going to restart. Then my man decided, you know what, as Bulla said, because he's not allowed. What the NBA said is, if you're not playing, you're not allowed to come to the bubble. You can't come to Orlando. So that's where his criticism is coming from. That all of a sudden now he's flipped search, but he didn't handle things the right way. He didn't go through the channels to say, listen, I feel this way. What? Having changed his mind, because clearly, obviously, he was on the same page, because their vote was 28 to 0.
He didn't even speak to the president.
Bro,
didn't speak to the president.
There were all 28-0 agreed to go to the bubble. The thing about Kyrie, I think what he realized, though, is now is the time. If there was a time to make a stand, if there was a time to do something, now is the time. I think his flaw is how to express that and how to actually use this power. I think let's cancel the NBA. Let's know, if millions and millions of people are watching, you have guaranteed that you have this attention. Use that platform. And obviously, like Willis said, you know, the consequences of them not playing financially. I mean, you're talking about 1.2 billion.
Chris, can I ask you a question, bro?
Sure.
When the NBA players aren't playing basketball, what platform do they have?
Social media.
They have social media.
It's still there.
No, I'm saying, are they as visible?
They're not as visible.
Guys, what are you guys talking about?
They're not as visible.
No, I'm saying they have a bigger platform while they are playing, because they've got cameras on them all the time.
I got that point. No, I agree with that. That's the point
guys.
I was making.
So
This point doesn't make sense.
It makes.
Just say you don't understand.
I'm also not.
Say you don't understand. Say you don't understand.
That's why I brought the whistle.
I thought Chris was going to come and actually be pro Kyrie, but listening to you,
I'm not sure where he is.
I'm trying to figure out where you're at. My take is, listen, guys, I'm pro Kyrie on this one, on this particular issue. The reason being, yes, I want to see the NBA coming back. 100%, I want to see the NBA resume and finish. The issue is, guys, we all know America is sports crazy. Like they're mad about their sports, right? Buddha just said, now, you know what platform do the NBA players have in terms of making a statement? they can make the statement on the court. But I think they make a bigger statement by not playing, because basically, like the people are craving the NBA. If we go and we say, you know what, guys, we're back, we're playing, it's almost like we're giving in, and people are just going to be entertained, right? It's almost, last night I spent the whole night watching the EPL, even though I don't support any teams. Why? Because I've been craving to watch.
Me too. I won't lie. I also watched that.
You get it?
That platform, the platform, it's tough because when we watched the EPL, all they did was put the Black Lives Matter on the back of the jersey, but they didn't use that platform to. Pep gave a little bit of a speech at the end. Yeah, it's important we do this. Yeah, that's the same as a tweet.
Sure, but nothing happens,
bro. That's the structure. The structure of the Premier League, structure of the NBA is not the same.
But let's guys. Sorry, guys. Let's let Vic wrap up.
But my take is, if you don't play, people are going to be pissed off even more, and they're going to understand why you're not playing. And that's the point I think I'm trying to make. Yeah, Kyrie probably approached it the wrong way, but my feeling is, by them going back and playing, it's almost like business as usual. Even though you're going to wear shirts saying Black Lives Matters, blah, 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 nothing is actually tangible enough for you to kind of push back and say, guys, we've got a serious problem. We're going to stop playing.
I got next, Chris.
Coach, put me on. Coach, put me on right now.
Next.
Les, what's your take?
So my view with the Kyrie thing is, I think, and I don't know if it was true, because I read it on social media from Lou Will, and he was making some comments. From my understanding, Lou Will, and where some of the issues lie is with the institution, right? So the owners of the NBA, firstly, there's no NBA player that is richer than an owner of an NBA team. Can I just clarify that? So from an influence side of things, I could take all the NBA owners' money together, and those guys could shut down that league or do whatever they want with it. There's no NBA player with more money than an owner in the NBA, right? And the NBA, the actual brand, the NBA association, is still worth more than any player in the NBA. And what I understood, and if this is, and I'm speculating here because I haven't heard Kyrie explicitly say this, if Kyrie's goal here is to manipulate those very clearly Caucasian institutions, which is the actual NBA, which has never seen a black commissioner. Also, the NBA has still majority white coaches, and he's trying to manipulate the front offices of NBA to also hire more black people. And he knows that the only way an NBA owner and the NBA league feels the pinch is by not saying, as they've even spoken about the word using owners in the NBA. If those are Kyrie Irving's goals in what he's trying to do, I support it completely. If those are not his goals, I don't understand what he's trying to achieve. I don't understand what he's trying to achieve. But my personal opinion is, when I saw the Lou Will quote, I said, okay, if you're trying to dismantle the ownership and their influence and their structures and how the NBA doesn't hire white coaches, and we start to try see reforms within the actual NBA, and those are the types of endeavors that Kyrie's trying to pursue. That's the only circumstances I would support what he's trying to do. Besides that, I think I can't see the value then in what he's trying to do.
So you don't think it would make a statement if they didn't play?
No,
if it's not with those demands, with those demands, I don't think so.
He hasn't made any demands.
That's the problem.
You know what I mean?
Doesn't know what he's doing.
You get what I'm saying?
He doesn't know what he's doing.
That's the problem.
No. He made one wild demand. He said, let's start our own league.
Yeah. I mean, come on. But that'll get it done, right? If you start your own league with black dudes, you want to hire the black coaches, it's going to be automatic.
Right.
But it's a proposal, bro.
The NFL tried that 3 times. They tried to open 3 different NFL things, try to take all the black bodies and all those places belly up. It's not gonna happen.
Why? Because they didn't have enough money. The only way you
100%, you don't have the capital. You don't have the capital. It's stupid. Like, it doesn't make sense, actually.
And you don't have the buy because the person there's no plan.
Yeah.
And you don't have
you just
plan.
say, I want. Listen,
Irving has no plan. He has demands.
Okay.
He doesn't even have demands.
He's just moving, yeah. But if you look at the time with the Black Lives Matter movement happening, this would be the only chance to ever make any kind of move, and it be justifiable. He can't do this mid-season next year when things have settled down. Like Dwight Howard said as well, there'll be no other chance to make such a statement and it'd be okay. Next time they try to do something like this, they won't get fined and,
Okay,
they get fined for not playing or breaching contracts.
Can I just ask a question? Sorry, Chris. I'll give you now, but like
Bulla, who's your question directed to?
I mean everyone, right?
Go ahead.
I'm not.
So then,
What?
in what order must we answer?
Ask the question, fam.
No, go ahead, Beezy, go ahead.
I don't even know what to say.
Kyrie, can you direct your question somewhere? Can you provide some direction?
What's your question? Let's hear this one. I want to hear this one.
Bro, I'm just tired, bro.
Wow.
This is how Kyrie was on that Zoom meeting. He just said, I'm tired, bro. Shut the league down.
So ridiculous.
You and Kyrie cut from the same cloth.
That money that these guys are going to lose that goes into the community. What about that? I just want to know what's Kyrie's plan about that?
Listen,
what's Kyrie's
Bulla,
plan
can you give me the
about
financial? Bulla, can you give me the number? What's
$1.2 billion roughly.
Oh shit!
I see Bulla's point, right? I see Bulla's point. If they don't play, they can't literally support their communities financially. All they can do is speak about it and hope white people listen.
Bro,
those guys have run out of money. Sure.
Wait. Okay, listen. I'm done listening to you guys. Yo, my turn.
There's people there's guys in the NBA that are living paycheck to paycheck, right? There's guys that actually don't have that LeBron.
80% roughly. Paycheck. That's what Dame and Brandon said, yeah? So listen, just to back you up there, I think it was either Damian Lillard or CJ McCollum that said that roughly at least 80% of the league lives from paycheck to paycheck. No, Austin quoted someone, but I'll continue. So here's the thing, right? What Bull was saying is there's 1.2 billion that's coming towards the players now if they go into the bubble. That money, imagine you put that money and you say, yo, instead of us not playing, let's play. While we're playing, we're on TV, we're being interviewed. Let's use the platform. Because if you don't play, right? The theory that Kyrie and Avery Bradley, or I think it was Dwight Howard's actually, was his press release where he said that if we play, we're distracting people from the cause. Right now, Kyrie is a distraction. Everybody's talking about this. So my thing is, if we channel things correctly, and if we have an end goal, which he doesn't at the moment, then if you, like you were saying, make demands. Like, yo, I want this and this. If this happens, then the league can continue. You can't just say, yo, until there's equality and because can I be honest with you? If we're honest, it's gonna take how many years before we have more black owners? It's gonna take how many years? Like let's be pragmatic about our demands.
Guys, just out of interest, are there any other leagues currently operating in America? Just out of interest, like, is the NBA the first sports league that's coming back from America? Because I think that's a fair starting point to ask whether or not like, does
UFC count as a league?
Excuse me?
Does UFC count as a league? Like
I'm talking about team sports here, guys. Where
like
America's sport, NFL, MLB.
Out of season.
I think it's a fair starting point to say if other leagues are coming back, what are they doing?
They're out of season.
Yeah. The NFL normally starts, if I'm not mistaken, like just during the playoffs or just after the playoffs starts, so they don't run together.
Yo,
I don't know anything about MLB. I don't know anything about MLB.
The NFL is going to be a mess. I honestly think this year NFL is going to be interesting.
I'm very also interested to see on that.
Because I think
everybody's
going to be saying, forget about what the president says. We're all kneeling.
If there's a league that should not play, it's the NFL. Why? Because here's my thing. The NBA, of all these leagues in America, right, is the Players League. It's the one league where I think, I could be wrong, but from my understanding in terms of
80% of the players don't earn a lot of money, and it's a Players League.
No, they earn a lot. They live from
that sounds like wealth distribution.
You're not listening. They live from paycheck to paycheck, but that doesn't mean they're not earning millions and millions of money. There's a difference, bro. Think about it.
They're just bad with managing.
But guys, you know what? That theory of yours, Chris.
Wait, Vic, let me get this theory out. My thing is, 74% of the league at least is black, right? What I'm saying is the NBA, compared to the other leagues, right, is more pro black people, if I can put it that way. If you look at the NFL, they have systematic racism and, you know, all these other things. So now we're taking the one league that can be the shining example, because ultimately, when we point holes at something, you're going to need an example to show you how things should be done. And I think the NBA, more so than any other league, has that ability to see. They can come out and say, yo, we won't play unless you have more owners or more opportunities for this, this, and this. And I feel as though the NBA is definitely more likely to accept this than any other league. So we are going to need an example, a template to show the way forward. Sorry, Vic, you were saying?
Look, I'll give you this, right?
Thanks, Chris.
I'll give you this. Just really quick. Sorry, Vic. Y'all keep saying the platform of these guys playing. In about, was it 2013 or 2014 when Eric Garner when he couldn't breathe? Everybody wore a t-shirt in black, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
6 years down the line,
What happened after that?
How big was that platform? You know what I mean? Every single player, every single team did. Now the NBA is proposing, look, we'll put up a fist on the top. Same thing, right? It's the same kind of, there's the platform, that's how they use it. That was all 30 teams with fans in the arena. They had a bigger platform there. Now I just feel like it's them playing and put a fist on the top is just the same thing again.
No, the time is now, you're right.
So you saying they should play or they shouldn't play? I don't know what you're saying.
Look,
I think Brian is back on my side.
Brian is exercising what we like to call being level-headed. Can play on both
I was always
That's
on,
what Kyrie
on
said.
Kyrie. Yeah, look, it's.
Also, the earth was flat.
I think LeBron is about to be an MVP, but I think the only time to get this done is now. I think the only time to actually get some proper attention is if they stop right now and say, you guys saw what happened in 2014, we wore the t-shirts. It's 2020, we're not doing that again, we're doing something else.
Yeah. Do you guys honestly think if the NBA stops playing, it's going to make that difference in the US?
You know what?
I don't think them playing and putting a fist will make a more difference than 2014.
Yeah, it's not going to do anything.
But them not playing,
So wait,
you think
Chris,
that's the solution?
Chris?
I think that's the biggest message. The strongest
Vic,
message. That for sure.
Vic, let's hear from you, Vic.
So the argument that Chris and Bula had about players contributing to their community and all that stuff, guys, if they were doing it before, they can still do it. Some players spend a lot of money. That doesn't change anything.
It's less money, Vic.
I think it will make more of a statement. If you look at what the big corporations in the US have done in terms of starting to hire and sponsor black players and all that stuff, during this tough time, by making that statement and not playing, you're still going to have some kind of money coming in. You want to tell me LeBron is saying he's not going to have enough money to support his community?
That's
but it's not about LeBron. That's the point I'm making. Leave the superstars out of it. Leave the superstars out of it.
I hear you completely. But what I'm trying to tell you is, at the end of the day, these guys can negotiate and make sure that even if they don't play, they still get paid because the TV deals have been agreed before the NBA even started.
No.
You see, that's not true.
You don't know.
That's
because
not true.
part of
That's
the TV deal, they don't get that money unless they play X amount of games, and they haven't reached the threshold. That's why they were.
I think it's 70 or 71. Something like that. So there's literally 1.2 billion they're not going to get this year. Never mind when they have to renegotiate next year. So it's 1.2 they'll lose this year. I don't know what the total is they'll lose like after the renegotiations, but the players are not going to get paid the same amount. And then they're going to go back and say the owners now are stealing money from the players. That will be the next conversation.
So, Bula, basically, these guys are stuck. Like, you don't have a choice, basically. These guys are stuck and they have to play.
Yeah, it's a contract.
They're grown men. They can do it.
It's a job.
They must play or not play.
It's
but
a
they
job.
should play.
It's a job.
So, guys, I think the NBA, though, there was a point, the 1999 season and the 2011 or 12, I can't remember. Everyone here has lived with the NBA lockout, and I don't know if the passion was the same for the NBA to come back then from you guys.
10 years ago.
I think, yeah. Oh, sorry, my bad. I didn't.
And
know
the reasoning wasn't because Black Lives Matter. It was because people wanted more money.
I know. So today is even a better reason. That's my opinion. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't even necessarily think that Chris or Bula think that the NBA that this is about whether or not the NBA plays. I think currently no one has presented a strong enough reason for why they're doing this. And like Vic and Brian and myself, I think, bro, if we were on that call, we'd be able to articulate why there's a good case to not play and how this is the great time. I think the poster child for not playing Kyrie Irving has ruined any validity here. He's messed it up, actually.
And then Love Him is my guy, and then afterwards you put in Dwight. Dwight Howard? Come on,
and I'm also just like, who is Dwight Howard, right? You know?
Why do we even come into the conversation, right?
Yo, JaVale McGee's up next, checked in the fall, I'm sure, bro.
Or something like that, bro. It's just been...
I would even believe JaVale above both these guys. No lie.
And my personal feeling is and my personal feeling actually is this. Because I think you can capture LeBron's heart around these issues based on how he engages with them. My personal feeling is the reason he has not put out a statement is he's waiting to see.
Well, he has.
Like, bro, can you articulate? Yeah, but he hasn't condemned Kyrie, right?
All you said is
no, he hasn't.
Liz is right.
I'm saying
Liz is right.
He hasn't condemned.
No, Liz is right.
He hasn't
LeBron doesn't
condemned
know
because he's waiting.